The super micro hack was very interesting because it really focused on an attack that was within a technology supply chain. Technology supply chains are very sophisticated and they're multifaceted. And to pull off a hack of this scale had to take a lot of coordinated effort. There are some that say it was a hoax. There are some that say that this particular hack was real. But when we look at our technology supply chains, while the hardware hack that was documented by Bloomberg was sophisticated, there are less sophisticated attacks that are happening already within our software supply chains. And software supply chains have much more attack surface available to them, to our adversaries, than what we see in the technology or hardware supply chains. I think when it comes to software, our organizations are a lot more exposed than most people imagine. Today, an average application is composed of open source software components. In fact, about 80% of the typical application is composed of these components. These components are brought into the organizations by software development teams that bring in hundreds of thousands of components from unknown sources of unknown origin and unknown quality. When these software components are downloaded and used in applications, we're seeing download vulnerability rates in the range of 12% for Java components, in the range of 50% for JavaScript components that are used by developers. When these vulnerable components are built into the applications, it increases the attack surface available to adversaries and hackers out there, which leaves a lot of great exposure within software supply chains that are feeding development practices in these organizations. We've seen that it's very easy for hackers to pull off injecting malicious code into these software components that is then downloaded by millions of people a week in some cases. By comparison, hardware supply chain attacks are very sophisticated, they're multifaceted, there are a lot of high touch points, and you have a lot more physical controls in place for those attacks to be harder to pull off. So I think just because of the ease of software supply chain attacks, they are more dangerous.